Hello and welcome back to our bonus episode for those made to do sustainability. We are joined again with Michelle Lee, founder of two successful initiatives, Clever Carbon and Women in Climate, where we are answering the wildcard question today that we proposed to Michelle in our main episode. So for a bit of context, Michelle, we try to make the wildcard question a little unexpected, thought-provoking, and the sky's the limit on how you approach it, so no pressure. So I'll revise the question for you. With the rise of stakeholder capitalism, we can say that the future of business is ESG-centric. Can you paint a picture of what the future of work looks like in this scenario? For example, new jobs created, new skills that need to be learnt, competencies.
I think that there is an opportunity to revisit ownership as a topic. And if we think about business models, think about your dishwasher. Maybe you have a dishwasher or your clothes washer at home. Today, most of us, we buy that, right? We buy it and we own it. And we hope that it lasts a certain amount of time. But the manufacturer probably hopes that we buy another one before it breaks because then they make more money. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. But imagine a world you actually pay $10 a month for your dishwasher, right? The manufacturer has every incentive to make sure it works properly, that you have the proper parts needed, and that it's very durable, because then it costs them actually less to have to manufacture a new one. If you're just using the same one over and over, then they're incentivized to produce less, right? So just thinking about the different ways we own things. And that also leads to the sharing model, right? Think about your vehicle. Today, when you have a vehicle, it sits in the driveway for like 80-90% of its life. We don't even use it. But we're manufacturing more and more vehicles to just sit on driveways. Now, if we were able to share our mobility and share our vehicles, how would that change sustainability and make things more ESG-centric, as you said earlier, Mandy, right? I think there is an opportunity for us to reimagine our ownership, and there's also movements for different economic models, right? Capitalism is one model that is well adopted globally, but there are individuals and researchers and even countries that are working on models like degrowth, right? Sometimes it's a bit of a word that is triggering because what degrowth focuses on is we have everything that we need already. We don't necessarily need to manufacture another baby carriage, another pair of jeans. And what if instead of working 5-hour weekdays, kind of slaving and working hard, because we already have everything we need, what if we had a 4-day work week or a 3-day work week and we could spend more time with our families and doing the things that we enjoyed? Now, it's not simple, right? Because we have healthcare and we, like our avocados and, nice things in life. So how could we sustain that if we're not making an income that matches that? Again, another point to reimagine.
Yeah, and I love what you said there around sharing, which makes me think of the gig economy and how it kind of benefits local communities. So it's good for the planet and it's good for the communities and it's good for our pockets as well as consumers, right? And if we go back to the original question that Mandy threw out there, stakeholder capitalism, just really quickly to kind of explain what it is in case people are hearing it for the first time. It's a new way of doing business where corporations and startups and SMEs are focusing on the needs of all stakeholders, not just the shareholders. So the focus shifts from just making more money for the shareholders, for the board, or for the investors, like you said in the main episode, and growing year on year at a really fast pace. So shifting the focus from that exclusively. Those are still really good metrics, and every business should focus on growth and profit, but also taking into account the needs of their supply chain, inviting their partners, inviting their suppliers, their employees, the local community to the table to have a discussion, and leading with that kind of purpose in mind, and really balancing those three key aspects: profit, people, and planet. That's really an exciting new model of capitalism, which I'm seeing more and more businesses kind of looking at. I don't think they've shifted towards. I used to work for Virgin Group. I think they're really great at this. And Unilever, Paul Pullman, he did a lot of great work in that space too. But there's still so much more to do in order to get the SMEs on board as well and to get more corporations to adopt that model. But I think it's a really interesting one.
Amazing. Thank you, Michelle, for your time today. Before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to mention to our listeners that we haven't covered already?
I don't think there's anything in particular, but I would say go take our 2-minute carbon footprint quiz to get a reference of where you are compared to where your country is at and where we are at globally, which is 6.3 tons of CO2 annually per person.
Thank you.
Fab.
See you soon.
We will do. Thanks for your time.